Shamps and giggles, history, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective. Shamps and giggles back for 2024. Oh my lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, Shamps and Giggles, as we do the things each and every Friday. Yeah, and it's me, DJ Smiley, again. So listen, welcome everybody, Shamps and Giggles. We are Black Entertainment. We're here to provide the information, the news from a black perspective, and that's what Shamps and Giggles is about. Okay, and we talk the things, we dissect it, but we have some issues going on in this country that we need to get off our chests. However, first things first, pour yourselves a drink, sit down, and come on the journey with Shamps and Giggles, yeah? Because that's what we're here for. So, ladies and gentlemen, first things first, let's talk Olympics. Olympics. Great Britain has done wonders for the Olympics, yeah? So when we talk about that, as we go through the journey for today, I will be mentioning and saying it constantly. Shamps and Giggles, we are history, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective, yeah? And that's Shamps and Giggles members and everybody that listens to us. But having said that, Olympics. This is probably leading up to another great medal collection for Great Britain. I understand that the triathlon, we got silver in the triathlon, but I'm not sure if anyone else seen it or heard it. You can come in and talk the things, put your hand up, we'll go through it. The discus, the relay, 4x4 relay, and even the 200 meters yesterday. The American man, he ran, he didn't even realize while he was running, he was suffering. He said he was ill, but he was suffering. It was confirmed today that while he suffered and he finished the race, but he finished in third place, he had COVID. He had COVID, but still ran. Unbelievable. Go ahead, Pinky.
Yeah, that was a race and a half. With that race, I don't know. It was such a moment that it just caught him on the line. On the line, I really thought he would have been the first. It would have been the first man for. Britain hasn't won that heat like that in the last 100 years. Okay, the last time for them to ever win that was 100. So they were really, everything was banking that he would have won that. But I mean, what my thing is, like, even though I know he was really hurt, gutted, you couldn't have asked for no better, because he actually just caught you on the line,
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think, all round, the sports people for Britain, I think they've done very well. I'm really proud of St. Lucia. Jamaica did well, completely well in, a part of that they've never even been heard of before, which was the discus. Stone, he did very well for Jamaica. The whole when you watch the Olympics, the Americans, we know they are cleaning up, and they've done well. They've done well,
Yeah.
but I thought Britain did well, and I thought, and even today with Johnson, the girl with the
Katrina Johnson Thompson, yeah.
In most of her things that she's given it, she gives it her all. She's such an all-rounder athlete. I think they've all done. I'm really proud of them. They've all done pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty well. Then they've worked so hard, as they say. And even the girl that fell off The hurdles. Wow, I'm telling you. That's the worst thing. My girl, that she's yeah. She fell. She had the harsh fall. But yeah, it can happen to the best of you. You know, that 1 minute, even with, your foot, just a
Oh,
little
really?
bit can just off throw you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
does.
been really good. And I'm just proud. I'm just proud of the women them, man. The women them, the black women, because I'm talking about the black women, they have just been absolutely awesome.
Good.
Absolutely.
Well, I can see Yolanda's got her hand up, Pinky, but it is awesome. Olympics, black people and in general for Great Britain are doing brilliantly. Yolanda, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, just talking about Noah Lyles in that race. What actually surprised me, obviously we know he's got COVID, but
Yeah.
no, I say surprised. Let me rephrase that. What shocked me was that he hugged the winner afterwards. He knew, I don't know
Oh,
who actually watched it, but he actually had a face mask on before he started the race. He was well aware he had COVID before he ran that race.
you reckon?
They showed it.
Yeah.
They showed it.
I totally agree with
He
you.
had a mask on
He had
in
a mask
the
on.
area before they come out.
Absolutely. And why him out of everybody in there, the whole of the people in there, why you one just
You
got on
still
COVID?
wanted to win. Okay, that's a
If that was
personal
me,
choice.
I would have refused to be around.
1 minute, Pinky. Let Yolanda finish. Carry on,
The
Landy.
fact that he still decided to run the race, that's a personal choice. But you
Yeah.
do not, under any circumstance, go and hug the winner.
Yeah.
What if Tobago now comes down with
Oh dear.
COVID?
The race can't go in the finals, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
And Tobago had another race which he ran today, but
Oh dear.
it's totally wrong.
Yeah.
I don't hear the media or the commentators commenting too much on that point. I was flabbergasted. You got COVID, you ran the race. Okay, that's your business. Yeah, a little bit of a distance to, compared to the other runners, but you do not go and hug them. You do not hug the winner.
No.
Well,
And that's what Lyles did.
Yeah.
He had my respect
Yeah.
before that, but he's lost it now.
Yeah. And as you can see, I've got the big man here, Chief Honcho.
Ah,
Ladies and gentlemen, Champs and Giggles. Chief Honcho come to my house to surprise me, which is lovely. You know what I mean? We want to hear that amazing voice. Yeah, but no, it's amazing.
Watagwan.
CEO, the CEO's in the house.
Yes, man. Yes,
Pinky, you
man.
must have heard me calling your name today.
Hey.
Yeah. So you're right, Leolandi. I didn't realize that. It's only today when I heard he had COVID. But yes, you might, because they said that previously he felt sick and there was
Yes.
sickness going across the village.
yes.
So where he was staying. So I didn't put COVID together. But when they announced it, yes, you're absolutely right. But I think that the Olympic, or the ICC or the ICO, whoever it is, they should have pulled him out. He should not have been able to race.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
they've now
that's
put
true.
other people
In danger.
in danger.
Yeah.
I think that's wrong.
He was
Well,
allowed
it
to
also,
run
it
the race.
also goes to show, the other side of that.
Calendar.
The other side of that coin is that, you can question yourself. So all that they said about COVID and the mask was all a big fabrication, because how can you? Because for me, number one, I see you inside the stadium like that. I'm an athlete with you, and you've got a mask on. He was the only one. He stood out
Yeah.
like a sore bum. I would be putting my hands up to the officials and saying, "What's going on? He's sick. That man is
Yeah.
sick." I would be
Yeah.
telling everybody that you're sick. Why you want to come and give me your germs?
Yeah.
It's like the parents who know that your child is sick, and you send a sick child to school.
Yeah.
Because what do you say? I'll go and give it to the rest of them. That's not fair, is it?
No, it's not.
No. But there's money involved in the Olympics, isn't it? So, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are the things that we put over health. We put money over health. Which is a sad thing, because with health health should, health is your wealth. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, he's got COVID. COVID is a funny thing, and how it takes people is in a very funny way. Make people's whole immune system weak.
Yeah, hold on, I haven't followed the story, but how come he was allowed to run if he's got
right.
COVID?
This is what we're saying.
They're saying that they didn't. They
They're
didn't.
trying to say they
How
didn't.
how can we be talking about it? Somebody knew.
Well, it seems like because Yolandi said that he had a mask on.
Right.
Then today news says that they've realized he had COVID. They've just been told he had COVID. However, I reckon because they said that he was sick yesterday or the day before yesterday,
Yeah.
and it's going through the village. Other people been sick, but they didn't test any one of them until he done after the race. Miss Leisha, go ahead.
I think I think somebody needs to answer for this, because that's really irresponsible. There are athletes who've been training for years to get to
4
this.
years.
Yeah, 4 years.
If he knew that he had any signs of COVID, and they knew that he should never have been on that track, could you imagine you are an athlete and you train all the time, and on the day you felt ill because you came into contact with this man, this other athlete who knew they had COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, it would never have happened. That would have been frowned on. Like, he would have been quarantined. He would have had to quarantine. I think now what's happened, I've watched a bit of the news about it. I've missed quite a bit of the news, but I know they almost celebrated the fact that he'd won a medal even though he had COVID. They ran it as well.
Yeah, because he had bronze. Yeah, he came third. So
and anybody
he
could have
won
argued.
bronze.
Anybody could have argued, right, that he could have had an extra edge on the game because he was actually sick. Because COVID is a really weird thing. COVID could take you in a way that you feel like you're Superman.
You have more adrenaline.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
That first onset of COVID is that adrenaline starts, that runs in the. It's a lot of speed to take you to the end, isn't it? I want to finish because I'm going dead. Let me get there. Yeah.
Disagree with that.
You get that extra bit of warmth.
Sorry,
People
interrupt.
on the bed, you will know that they get extra energy.
Sorry, Pinky, can I interrupt really quick? Disagree with that, because if you've had COVID, leading up to it, it's something that makes you feel you don't know what's wrong. You're feeling tired. You're feeling really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, it knocks you down. COVID does. So you're not well. So somehow he knew, I'm not feeling well, but I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And he put people in danger. And like I said, they should never have allowed him. From the time his trainer knew that he was unwell, they should have tested him, and he shouldn't have been put on a track because...
So they did not know.
Yes, they didn't know.
Must have known.
They found out afterwards.
Yeah, after he when he was wheeled off, he was not stretchered, but in the wheelchair. They wheelchaired him off.
Oh wow! That was
after the race, he fell, he collapsed in a way, lying down, and they lifted him up, and then they took him, and then
we found out.
Yeah.
So that's different.
Yeah. So before anyone else goes on, I just 1 minute, Pinky. Colour Queen, go ahead, Colour Queen.
I just wanted to say that this gentleman that ran in the race knowing that he was unwell, it's really, really selfish, because people have died from COVID. So where he might have had the ability to run the race and win it or whatever, somebody else could have caught the virus from him and ended up dying and not going back to their family after this Olympics. So I think it was very mean of him and very, very self-centered. I do appreciate that he has trained, but so have all the other athletes. And there should be an element of comradeship. And the word ship, it means a vessel that's carrying us all in the same direction. So if I respect my fellow competitors, I am not going to willingly, knowingly put them at risk. But we now are very much aware that we're living in a society where people really don't care about people, and I'm going to win by any means necessary. And it's a shame because he must have.
Very true. Oh, you put yourself
But-
on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we can. We lost
Much
you a
better.
bit.
Can
Yeah.
you hear me now?
Much
Yes, go
better.
ahead.
Yeah. So basically, it's just a shame, really. So that's all. Yeah, it's just a shame that he would do something like that and think that it would be okay.
Yeah,
But
I agree. Totally agree. Thank
it
you.
is what it is.
Yolandi, go ahead.
Sorry, there's just one last point I wanted to make on this.
Oh, that's better.
Actually reported in the Independent that Noah Lyles himself said he tested positive for COVID on Tuesday, but he
Oh.
won the race on Thursday.
That's wrong.
So
Well,
that
that
is
is
the
absolutely
question, why
wrong.
was he allowed to run the race? He knew he had COVID. I watched that match and I continued watching afterwards. And on BBC, they did show a clip of him in a certain area before they come out onto the field to run. And he had a COVID mask on. He had a COVID, he was wearing a COVID mask before he came out. He knew he had COVID.
Yeah, that is wrong. That's absolutely
Yeah,
wrong.
well.
And they should have stopped him from running.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, they should have stopped
The
him.
organisers should have intervened from.
Yeah.
Once you've got a issue, just common sense. You've got COVID, you can't run.
Yeah,
You know, better not to find out.
yeah,
Because then you can say you don't know, but to know and then come on now.
yeah. And then to hug somebody, you know what I mean? Now you're saying, Yolandi, that newspapers had it that Tuesday he knew about it, and he goes and hugs the Tobago runner. You know, it's not. I'm praying that he didn't catch it or not going to catch it. However, you'll never know, and that's the upsetting thing, you know. And really and truly, he should have been pulled.
So we hungry? Are they going to strip him of his medal?
That's another question.
Feed us.
Yeah.
Feed us something off with his head.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as our CEO says, what will they do with this bronze medal? Will they strip him, take it from him, and say you're passing on the COVID and you shouldn't have run?
Yeah.
Will the other athletes who's fourth and fifth complain? Miss Leisha,
I would complain.
good question. Good question.
Let me sick and you go on and win. What
Yeah.
kind of foolishness is that?
Good question. Miss Leisha, go ahead.
He's going to walk away with that medal. They're not going to say a word, because right now England are now celebrating how many medals they've got, and as far as they're concerned, he was so good. Even though he was sick, he won the race. That's how good he was.
Oh, it's a British medal. Okay, I see the point now. So
Yeah.
they're going to keep quiet because they want to keep the medal.
He was American.
Oh, it's an American medal.
Yeah, he's American.
Oh, well,
that one.
someone's going to
Yeah,
complain.
he was American. He got third.
I
And,
think they'll be like, no, he was that sick. I'm not going to say nothing. Like, honestly, no,
Was he on medication?
No.
I don't know. I mean, all I heard is that he knew he was sick. But I mean, you know, if you know you're sick, you're not going to go out there and race. You know, and they shouldn't race anyway. They should be tested because
Yeah, he shouldn't have raced.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he shouldn't have raced. But at this moment in time, Great Britain stands at 14 gold medals, 20 silver, 23 bronze, a total of 57 medals in this Olympics.
Wow.
And they're sitting in fifth place.
Wow. How does that compare to the last Olympics?
Well, this is it. That's
Last Olympics, they did very well, 2012 as well.
Yeah, we need to find out if there's statistics between this Olympics and last, but they're sitting in fifth place. And I could see Dion mentioned something about Stoner.
Yeah.
You want to? Okay, let's to find out about Stoner. Dion, did you want to mention Stoner?
Yeah, just that he's the first person in Jamaica and first Caribbean person to won gold in the discus, and also broke the world record in discus as well.
Wow.
He threw 70 dead. And the first Caribbean person, because normally it's a European person that wins the discus, they said. So it's a big deal.
Yeah,
Wow.
very good, very true, very true. And the same, and as it is a very big deal, and the same as for St. Lucia, they've done excellently. excellently. And
Absolutely
the same lady, she got a silver, I believe, Alfred.
in the 200.
Yeah, she beat our English lady.
Oh, even Dominica
Yeah,
got
she
it.
got 200.
Yeah.
But
A
that's
silver
because,
200 and a goal in the 100.
that's
St.
because
Lucia has definitely done well, and Grenada as well.
that's
Yeah,
because
Dominica.
Shelley-Ann Fraser. That's
Yeah.
because Shelley-Ann Fraser wasn't in the race, and they said that she got locked out the race. They didn't let her in. So there's a big
Yeah.
controversial going on in regards to
Yeah.
Shelley-Ann Fraser. She would have
Yeah.
won that 200 meters
Oh,
race.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because they're saying that it was two different entrances.
What they did there
Not-
hasn't
yeah.
been good with the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
France
she's
is,
been
you know,
running.
the thing about France is that it, you know, France is very racist, and I mean, what they did to them, you know, that's my girl Shelley-Ann. So you know what they did to Shelley-Ann Fraser.
Where did France come into it?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you how they came into
It's
it.
out.
Because
It's outrageous because
Yeah. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I have to put this to you. This topic is so involved, and we want to talk about it so often. Listen, we've got to go to break. When we come back, we'll just touch a little bit more on it, and then we're moving on to the next subject. But thank you very much. Hold tight, hold tight. I've just, oh dear me, I thought it was. But listen, Pinky,
yeah,
answer. Can you answer the CEO's question? Where did France come into it?
right, because they know about Shelley-Ann Fraser. They know that she's the queen of the track.
Right.
She and also Sharika stayed outside of the camp. They come there in their car. Yeah. When they get there, they made them walk an hour, 1 hour so that's why they missed the training, the opening for the training. And Shelley-Ann said, no. Why is she going to go out there now and exert herself after you made me exert myself by walking? Who does that?
Right.
I even posted that to my page because it was clearly announced, and I knew it to be something wrong. And you know what I heard on the news that I felt really, you know, with these guys here that is doing the commentary. Oh, you know, Jamaica's ruled. Jamaica's what? What was the exact word? Jamaica's dominated track and field for a number of years now. New energy's coming through, which I agree that new energy's coming through. But let's not just keep people out because new energy's coming through. That doesn't seem quite fair. And it didn't seem like a fair statement to actually state at the time when we know that certain things didn't go right. Serena Williams was actually refused entry into a restaurant. We know France. I said to people, don't be surprised by France. Just go and look at their history. You only have to look at the Congo and you know the history of France. Yes, so that's how France comes into it. France is hosted. Did you see the opening of what they did? The mockery that they did to people's religion. Excuse me, they all had to come out and pray the next day because they were shocked that every light went out in the whole of Paris except for the one church light. Stay there and make mockery.
Okay, well, that's interesting, Pinky. Well, thank you very much for that. Miss Leisha and then Dion. Miss Leisha?
Yeah, just talking about Pinky with regards to them praying, that was fake news from what I read. They said that it was fake news because what
was fake news?
France praying after the whole of France praying because of the Olympic.
But they better hope that it wasn't fake news because that's what they need to do.
Yeah, it was.
That mockery. The mockery of the things that you lot did there was just awful. But not even that. I'm talking about racism.
Okay, Pinky.
That our play. That
right, 1 minute, Pinky.
What nation they're coming from? It's
Pinky.
just an experience. It's not
Pinky.
nice.
Pinky, you had a right to respond to what Leisha said, but we need Leisha to finish what she was saying, and if she had, then we need to go to Dion. So
go on to D. D can go next. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying is that somebody has to be accountable for that because Shelley-Ann Fraser, she's been running and winning medals since 2004. So she a big athlete, one of the biggest athletes, and somebody has to be accountable for what's happened, because they can't just let something like that go. You know, they can't let something like that go, because this is money's involved, as Joseph mentioned before. There's big money involved in athletics, you know. So she would have won a gold or a silver, most probably a gold, and they know this. But her not getting into the place, possibly because of racism, because, you know, France does have a history in regards to being racist, but because she's not come with the team bus and she's come in her own cab, that she's refused entry, because apparently they changed the rules 24 hours beforehand to say that you had to come in with the team. But obviously she didn't get that memo. So something needs to be investigated, because it's not right. So I'm a bit sad that she didn't run, because I've been watching the Olympics since born, and I've always watched her run. And to not watch her run, it was quite sad, to be fair.
Actually, this is the first
her last race. That was going to be her last.
1 minute, Pinky. 1 minute. Joe was talking.
Yeah.
It
was going to be her last Olympics as well, because she is like in her late 30s now. So it was going to be
4 years.
Yeah, because it's every 4 years. So can you imagine that they snatched that away from her, which is really, it needs to be investigated, and somebody's head needs to hang for it. I tell you. It's out of order.
That's what you call game playing. I think they're game. They do those things. They're game playing, little foolish tricks. To avoid you running and then say it's your fault. I mean, come on, seriously. She was there, and they knew it was her in her own vehicle. What kind of stupid rule is that? You have to come on.
Joseph, when she ran in the trials, she ran a race where the person won silver, and that was just her That was just the trials. She ran the same number that somebody ran and won silver, so she would have won the gold.
Yeah, of course. Well, they knew that. That's why it's game playing, and that's what it's on purpose. It's on purpose. Now she's going to have to fight the claim, but she can't get the medal.
Yeah,
the time's gone.
And the worry,
and that was going to be her last. And I think that to take that from her like that was just, I think that was a bit low.
All right, but ladies and gentlemen, as we say, we're talking to Tings, Champs and Giggles. We're lively. This is what we do on a Friday. Very lively. We talk the Tings, Black perspective. So listen, we're going to go to break, and we'll see you straight after.
Views, and reviews.
Here we
From
go.
a Black perspective.
Here we go. Hold tight. And that's how we do it.